Hello Stampin' Buddies, it's Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Crafting. Late Night Lori strikes again. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the United States. Sometimes I forget to say that. But I'm going to show you another kit that Stampin' Up has. I just opened the box. I thought I would do a sample so that you could see what they look like. But this is the Cherry Blossom Treat boxes. And I should have looked up how much the kit was before I started, but while I'm waiting for my iPad to open up here, I will remind you about Celebration, which is going on now until February 28th. It's a good time to get free product. For every $60 purchase you make in product, you will receive a free item from the brochure. So it might be a stamp set, it might be an embossing folder, it might be some ribbon, some designer series paper. There's a lot of choices in here. If you get to the $120 level, there is a bundle that you can receive or a Corner in Bloom stamp set as well. So there's a lot of options, but a really good option too is this joining bonus. Normally Stampin' Up has a $99 starter kit. You get to choose whatever you want in product for $99. You get free shipping, you get a free paper pumpkin kit, and you get some business supplies in case you want to build a business. But if you want to start like I did, just as a kitnapper and for a discount and whatever bonus they had at the time, Stampin' Up sweetens the deal a little bit, and they offer $125 worth of product still for that $99. So you're getting $26 worth of extra product. During Celebration, they're stepping it up even more with a bonus offer. Option 1 allows you to get a stamp set and a color family of Stampin' Right markers. So it's your choice. There's several families to choose from. That's an additional $91 value. So you get your $125 worth of product, plus you get the markers and the stamp set. If you don't want the markers, if you don't want that stamp set, it doesn't speak to you, whatever, but you still want to take advantage of the deal, you could go with option 2. You get an additional $30 in product. So that's basically getting $155 worth of product for just that $99. So some of the benefits obviously are you get a discount. I mentioned that already, besides the bonus deal they've got going right now. But you get to have catalogs early. You get to pre-order certain items before those catalogs come out. And there's some additional perks that are available only to demonstrators or hobby demos. So something to think about. I'd love for you to join my team if you don't already have a demonstrator, or if you're not already a demonstrator. But let's get on with this kit. I wanted to make it kind of quick tonight. It's late again. It's almost 11 o'clock. So I think I said Late Night Lori strikes again. So let's go ahead and do this kit. Now this kit makes 12 of these treat boxes. And there's a variety of sayings or sentiments. So we've got for you, best wishes, sweet baby, and then the one that I mounted on my glass block for tonight is this thank you. And I've already mounted the cherry blossom branch, 2 of the cherry blossoms that come with the kit, a large and a small, and then there's some little splatter of color, and then the sentiment. So let's kind of get going with this, and we're gonna do kind of an assembly line, I think. So I mounted my speckles. So what I did was I laid my speckles where the instructions told me to put them here, and if they don't stick to my finger, will be good. And then I laid the thank you down here. And then what I did was I put them both on the block at the same time. So I did one of these. And then when you tap, tap, tap your ink, the first time you use your stamps, you might want to do it on scrap and then just kind of wiggle it around in case there's any residue from processing. but we'll just do a tap, 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 and we'll pop the sentiment on there. We can do it again. So you can see how you can just kind of get these all prepped at once if you're using the same sentiment. You can switch it up too, but I'm just going to do, there's 3 labels here. So I'll just do all 3 of those. And then we can be done stamping with this one. And then we're going to take the little flower and we're going to go over here. And you could stamp off as well and make it a little bit lighter. And then for these flowers, we're going to use a larger stamp. Now on my sample, I stamped off, but for this one, we're going to try to do it like full strength. Let's just see how it looks. And you can either stamp with it in your design here or in your sheet of die cuts. But I am actually going to punch mine out because it's easier for me to see where my lines are. Because that way I've got a darker background around my image. And it doesn't have to be perfect because there's just a little smattering of color on there. And then we can put some dimensionals on the back of these. Now the nice thing with these kits is that everything you need is in the kit. So your adhesive, your linen thread, an ink spot. This one happens to be Early Espresso. I'm using a full-size ink pad just because it's easier for me while I'm demonstrating. But we're going to get that on there. And then we're going to do this branch. And the branch also doesn't have to be exact because it's kind of abstract. But the idea is on these 2 blossoms here and these leaves over here, you're going to kind of match it up with the color. So we're going to go like so. And I'm going to have to punch these out because I don't want to get ink on my next label because that would mess it up. And you do get 2 sheets of everything. So you would have a couple of extras in case you did mess up, but let's not tempt fate. So we're gonna go like this, and those are there. And again, if it's not exact, it doesn't really matter, but the branch is supposed to kind of out, you know, the flower is supposed to be on top of the branch. And then when we put this one on, it's the same thing. There's a break in the branch where this one goes. And then with the linen thread, the instructions say to cut off 12 inches. So we're just going to go to about there and cut that off. Now when the linen thread comes on that roll, it's really pretty curly. So all you have to do is kind of straighten it out with your fingernail and you're good to go. And we'll just put that little puppy through there. And that will be ready to go on our little treat box. So let's do these other 2 quickly. So that'll go right about there. And then this last one I'll do. And then I think I can set those off to the side. And here there's a little punch out there, so you can just push that out. "12 inches, another piece of twine, linen thread. Straighten it out. So I have to admit, when I was putting this first treat box together, it was a little bit of a struggle for me. So we'll see how I do. I'm going to get rid of my ink here. So we'll see how I do putting these treat boxes together while I'm filming. We had some other treat boxes. I think they were like pumpkins for Halloween with a paper pumpkin kit several years ago. I had a little bit of issues with those boxes too. So I don't know if it was operator error or what the deal was, but move those things out of the way. So then when we move to the box, it's already scored, but you do need to put adhesive on that tab. All right. And with the kits, everything you need is in the box. So if there's stamping to be done, you get a block. You actually get this D-size block, but it's not as thick as the normal blocks. It's about half as thick, but it certainly would travel well. I just prefer to use the larger block because it has the ridges in it, and it makes it easier for me to hold. So let's put those on there. And I usually take my bone folder and kind of burnish that adhesive on there, whether it's tear and tape, which is basically what this is. It's just in pre-cut pieces for you. But then I'm also going to fold on all of the pre-done score lines. Okay, so you can see how quickly these boxes will go together. If you want to go quick, you don't have to go quick. But then what I found too is when I peel off the release paper here, if I fold this flap in and then fold this flap over, I'm done. Okay, so some people will take it and they'll fold this in and go all the way over, or they'll try to go like this and line it up. With these, if you just fold it in, you're good. And again, burnishing the tape, I think, is always a good idea. Okay. Fold that in, fold that over. All right. And then the instructions, oh, I should have mentioned that too. The instructions come with, and they're usually pretty descriptive for you, so you know what to do. This one's pretty basic, but it doesn't really give you any instruction on how to fold in the bottom of the boxes. But if you're never sure, if you're ever uncertain about how to do it, there are these QR codes, or the quick response codes, on the back of the instructions. So this SU beginner basically just goes through some of the basic techniques, and then the SU kits gives you a video of the kit getting put together. So I did glance at that just to see if I was doing my boxes correctly. So basically, if you push in kind of the largest one, push that in, push in the sides, and then these tabs will go underneath. And then this one tucks right in there. And then if you just kind of finagle from the inside, there's your box. All right. So that was actually not the part I struggled with. The part that I struggled with, and I'll show you in just a second, was getting the flower to cooperate. So I would say do it on a day that you're feeling very patient, because if you struggle with me, you don't want to do it when you're in a hurry, because it's probably not going to work quite as well. Hopefully I'm staying on the camera for you watching. There we go. All right. So when you put these together, then you have to just fold in the sides, and they're not actually scored. They're just supposed to be domed. So you can kind of see where it's all just domed. But then these flowers have slits in them on opposite sides. So basically what you do is you just slide the flowers together but you have to have the sides turned in first, all right? So for me, it was just a little bit of a struggle to get them lined up how I wanted them, because your box has to go just a little bit wonky, but you don't want to rip your flower. Ask me how I know, because I ripped a flower. So whether I'll be able to fix it is to be determined, all right? So, like I said, I struggled with this just a little bit, and the video showed basically an equal amount of care getting them closed. So obviously put your treat in, whether you're going to put candy or, you know, a little rolled up money or whatever you're going to do that first, so that when your box is getting closed, you don't have to manipulate it multiple times, because the flowers will break down. So once you bend it, it's not going to hold as well either. All right. So then you've got your tag here, and the tag just goes around the top, and then you can tie it in a knot or a bow. At 12 inches, it is long enough to do a bow. Okay. As long as you don't suck in one of the petals. Okay. So there we go. There's 2 of them. And I'm going to leave these other 2 open because, like I said, I want to put treats in them before I close them up. What you could do though, once you do have them closed up, you could always open up the bottom to put your treats in. But then again, if you have to manipulate it to get the bottom to fold flat for you, you're going to need the top open. So just a couple of things that I discovered when I was doing my first one. But that's it. That's cute little boxes. And like I said, everything is in the kit that you need. And I was going to look up how much the kit was. I forgot to do that. So give me just a second. We'll put in the number. $164,978 is the kit. And, well, of course, it's currently not available. It's a $20 kit. I think it's been pretty popular because it's really, everybody's ready for spring already, and, you know, we're hardly into winter. Not that I'm a winter fan, but I'm ready for spring too. So this one actually is currently unavailable, but that means they'll be getting more. So just watch the kits collection. If you go to my store, which is lauriemacari.stampinup.net, you can look at it there or shoot me a message. This is my email here, or I'm on Facebook as Lori's Little Bit of Crafting. So thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoy the kit. It is really cute. So that's all I've got. Until next time, happy stamping or happy kitting.